Thank you so much for that warm introduction. I hope you can hear me okay. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Unicorn Foundation supports and advocates for patients and families affected by neuroendocrine cancers, or we call it NET cancer for short. You may have never heard of us before, or even this type of disease, but I am sure you have heard of Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, and also the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, who both sadly succumbed to this disease. Neuroendocrine cancer can start almost anywhere in the body, and we know at least one person is diagnosed every day in New Zealand. This means it is more common than cervical, ovarian, and brain cancers, and there are thousands of Kiwis living with this disease. Now, the reason I stand before you is because my father died from this cancer when he was just 44 years old. I was just 3 years old at the time and too young to remember him. But I do vividly remember the impact of growing up in a single-parent family that had very little money and no support. My mother, unable to work, and with 4 children to raise on her own, it was a very tough upbringing. But life has a funny way of teaching us important lessons. I quickly learnt to be very resilient, and through watching my mother, she taught me that no matter how little we have, there is always something we can do to help others. She would often give away the little furniture, sometimes food, or even just her time to other families because they needed it more than we did. Learning to be resilient and help others was useful in my life because when I was 25 years old, I was told I had the same cancer that my father died from. It turns out he had a hereditary genetic mutation, which he passed on to me and my 3 older brothers, who unknowingly passed on to their children too. I currently have 8 family members who have this gene, which means it is not a question of if, but when we will develop this cancer. Shortly after I was diagnosed, I underwent a number of surgeries to remove these tumours, along with my parathyroid glands, my thymus, an obstructed kidney stone, and the majority of my pancreas. My husband and I were told that if we were planning to have a family, we should do it sooner rather than later, because there was no guarantees around my health. I decided early on I did not want other families to suffer like ours has. So, in 2012, I established Unicorn Foundation New Zealand, and thanks to the collaboration of our incredible Unicorn board, who volunteer many hours and who are here tonight with you, our small organisation has made phenomenal progress in a short space of time. We provide nationwide support to all patients and families. We help to educate medical professionals about this disease, and in 2015, we fundraised to successfully establish a specialised type of scan for the first time in New Zealand. And this scan does not only help our patients, but also thousands of prostate cancer patients too. Since then, we have been campaigning to bring a type of treatment called PRRT to New Zealand. Currently, our NET cancer patients are forced to fly back and forth to Melbourne, all self-funded and costing them $60,000 each. Many New Zealanders simply cannot afford this. Thanks to our persistence with Pharmac, using the media to share our story and our resilience, we have successfully campaigned all the right channels, and we expect a national PRRT service to be set up here in Auckland at the end of next year. We still have a lot of work to do before then, and there are many other treatments our patients do not have access to. So our mission continues. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Jatin Patel, who I met years ago on the cycling event called the Tour of New Zealand. Jatin heard our story and has since become an amazing advocate for us. Just this year, he cycled over 600 kilometres across New Zealand in just 1 week, and tonight he includes us again. He truly is a compassionate and community-focused man, and we are forever grateful to you, Jitin. I hope that my story reminds you that there are no guarantees in life, and however you choose to help others might actually have a big impact one day. Tonight is all about this, so thank you to each of you for putting up your hand to help your wider community. I hope you enjoy your meal, have a drink, dance, and remember that life is so short, so we must choose to have as much fun as possible. Thank you very much.